And now we get to run our little 30-second ad break with a little behind the scenes sounds. Obviously, our subscribers can hear us, but the normies can't.
I forgot to mute Twitch, so y'all were like echoing there for a second. I was like, ah.
All right, here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Philly by Night, a 5th edition Vampire the Masquerade game set in the city of brotherly love and ensconced in a world of darkness. Philly by Night is a game intended for audiences 18 plus and tackles some dark, difficult, and disturbing topics. As such, this is your trigger warnings for the session. Topics can include and are not limited to use and abuse of disciplines, body horror, manipulation, mutilation, gaslighting, raised voices, social and physical violence, starvation and its effects, religious extremes, mentions and methods of torture, the possibility of final character death. Viewer discretion is advised, and with that, let us see what the darkness holds. So, it has been a bit of time since since we last checked in on our coterie. When last we met, we had tackled the Ventru After Five, and we learned of a bit of a coup brewing in the city. The Ventru are displeased with Nosferatu leadership, and they think they might be able to do a better job. But tonight, we are going to set talk of overthrow and coup plotting aside, and we are going to focus in on each of our individual characters and see what's going on in a day in their unlives. So we are going to start with Thomas. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
So we handle our rouses and blushes before game starts. And, well, since we are deep within the hungry times, Thomas, as you wake up and you affect the blush of life, hunger claws at the back of your throat. And when you awake from day sleep, seated at the end of your bed, as always, is the mutilated vision of your poor brother Teddy. His wet, gurgling rasp issues only one word. Why? Before it evaporates like so much black smoke. So, you rise from your bed, shaken, but not stirred. What all do you do to get ready for the evening?
Usual, you know, shower. He's got to, scrub away that whole vision and get dressed. He's gonna kind of get dressed a little bit more casually than usual.
Okay.
Probably pop out and see what Drew is up to.
No prayers tonight?
Yes, prayers.
As
yes,
you
the good boy does the prayers.
As you offer your praise to Mithras, not only do you feel that warm, gentle glow, but you also feel a creeping cold coming from that black sun. It feels of death, of the abyss, of the lack of light, the lack of warmth. So, as Thomas finishes his prayers and moves out into the main area of the haven, he would hear Drew puttering about in her room, because your haven is not the most palatial. It's not this grand sweeping haven yet. It's nice for sure, but it is what a venture would consider modest. Thomas, how are you feeling knowing that your clan is mobilizing against the city?
He is not surprised. That is something he expected to happen. He is not happy about it at all. In his mind, Alicia is an extension of John. So moving against Alicia is moving against John to him.
Understandable. So, you hear Drew kind of humming off key. Would you like to check in on your young charge?
Yes, he's gonna go see how she's doing. So he's gonna knock on her door.
Different show every night, folks.
One moment. I'm not decent.
Okay, take your time.
And after a couple of seconds and some rumbled cursing, the door opens and Drew and her doll are standing there in matching outfits.
Well, the two of you look very nice today.
You said casual. This counts. I'm even wearing denim.
I know, it looks good. It's a good casual. Though, I do have to ask, who has been teaching you to swear?
Who indeed?
Oh, I didn't know you spoke French. Or
I
Italian.
I do speak Italian.
You can put two and two together and guess that the French cursing could only have come from one source.
Laurent.
Yes, Philly's least favorite twink. But Drew has been spending an awful lot of time with the individual she calls the Grand Madame.
So that was sort of a rhetorical question, but he asked it anyways.
You knew what this was.
I know, we do.
So, as you two are making sure that you're on the same page for the evening and you're asking your rhetorical questions and getting equally rhetorical answers, there is a knock on your door. It is not the soft, polite, demure knock that you are used to from various members of the court, or even from individuals that might have reason to visit your personal haven. It is almost like, because you spent time in Chicago back in the day, It's almost like the police are knocking at your door. It's that deep, urgent thudding. Ooh.
I
And
bet
we
it's that
have-
rose.
Thomas is going to gesture for Drew to go back into her room. Stay here while I find out who it is.
So you are able to walk up to your door, and you don't have one of those fancy doorbell cameras just yet, but you do have an electronic peephole.
Hmm.
And you walk over to the screen and you tap it, and it wakes up. And standing there, preparing to lift her fist again to pound on the door, another sharp 3 raps, is a blonde woman. She appears to be in her early to mid 30s. But I would like for you to give me either a wits and insight or a wits and intelligence.
Okay. We got one.
Which one was that? Wits and insight or wits and intelligence?
Wits and intelligence.
Okay. So the bestial failure is not going to come into play on this one, since this is not a failure in the traditional sense. But as you rack your memory, the woman looks familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. She does not appear outwardly armed, but she does appear as though she is insistent on talking to whoever is on the other side of this doorbell, or on the other side of this door.
Okay. Well, I suppose he's going to unlock the door. But I assume it still has a chain on it.
It does.
Chain lock?
It does. Yep.
Okay. He's going to leave the chain lock on and open the door just enough to look through and go, "Can I help you?"
The woman kind of repositions herself so she can see you a little bit better in the gap of the door. And she says one word. More importantly, she says a name. Petrelli.
Petrelli.
Her face is stern, as if she did not say it as a question, but rather a direct statement.
What about Petrelli?
And she reaches into her denim jacket over top of her flannel shirt, and she pulls out a folded, what at first appears to be a folded piece of paper, before she opens it. And suddenly a wave of familiarity washes over you, Thomas. Because you'd recognize your own face anywhere. Standing next to a blonde woman that looks similar to, but still distinct enough from the woman standing in front of you that you can bet that the woman standing in front of you is not the woman in the picture.
Because she'd be a lot older now.
Yes, she would. She'd probably be in her 50s, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the two of you are leaning up against Baby. The Chicago skyline behind you. And you can tell that there is just the slightest bit of a bump underneath the woman's baggy shirt. Cameras weren't the best back then, but you can tell. You knew my mother. Can I come in, or do we do this in the hall?
Thomas is gonna nod. He's gonna close the door enough to undo the chain and open the door, gesture for her to come inside.
And she is going to briskly enter. She is not shoving her way in, but gods, Thomas, she has your arrogance. She has your way of filling a room with her presence. It is like looking at a blonde, feminine you. And she walks in, and she leans up against a wall. She sniffs. I thought you'd be taller.
Taller. How much taller do you think I should be? 7 foot?
She shrugs. The way Mom used to talk about you. I just thought you'd be bigger is all. And she glances over at Drew. I can see your tastes haven't changed.
No. She is not my girlfriend.
And then she looks back and forth between the two of you like, okay, then what is she?
I just work here.
She's my assistant.
I would like both of you to give me a manipulation and subterfuge, please.
I would like to argue for charisma and manipulation because Drew isn't lying. She works there.
Drew, I will allow for a charisma and persuasion.
Okie dokie.
But Thomas, I will insist on a manipulation and subterfuge.
Can I've got to.
If you want to.
We're gonna. Nope, we're still 2. I'll
Okay.
change to a 2. Yay.
And that's gonna be a 3 against the bestial fail.
Okay. So, good news. Neither one of your bestial failures count.
Yeah!
And her brow lowers. She's like, okay, assistant. And she'll look at Drew. Do you mind if your boss and I have a little bit of privacy? We've got, 33 years of catching up to do.
She's just gonna look over at Thomas uncertainly.
Thomas is going to nod. It's best.
Now, Drew, are you going to leave the room or the haven?
I feel like I need to flip a coin for that. Stand by.
Okay.
Drew will be leaving the haven.
Is Drew going to be like, oh, I need to go see the Grand Madame anyway, if you'll excuse me? Pew!
No, that would be silly. Drew is simply going to either right or left face and walk out of
And
the apartment.
I have an idea. Let's leave. Okay. So she's not going to say another word and just about face and exit the apartment without another word said.
Yep.
As the door closes, she'll look back over. The woman in your haven will look back over at you. So, do you know how long I've spent looking for you? You look great, by the way. I have to find out what your skin routine is. And she waves the picture. Haven't aged a day.
Good genetics, I suppose. You are clearly angry.
Oh no. I was angry when I was 12. I was disappointed when I was 21. Now, I just want answers. Why did you leave us?
I didn't know.
And Thomas, I'm not going to make you roll anything because you are, in fact, telling the truth. Because you didn't know. There was no way for you to have known. She never told you. Well, if it makes you feel any better, she passed about 6 months ago. You were the last name she called out for.
Me?
She never stopped loving you. She never stopped looking for you. She used to tell me these stories about how you were some kind of, I don't know, knight in fucking shining armor or some shit. Swept her off her feet, showed her a whole kind of different world, loved her. And I find you here hiding out in, well, admittedly, really nice digs. At least you have taste. I was expecting some craggle-faced drunk, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, I have to admit that you got me at a loss for words. I don't know. I didn't know.
And she looks you over. That long, pregnant, appraising look that you've given to people when they say they don't have the money, can't pay this week, whenever somebody tries to feed you a bullshit line. It is that exact same look. It is like staring into a mirror, Thomas. Granted, a very effeminate mirror, very blonde, effeminate mirror, but a mirror all the same. She holds herself like you do. She stands. She stares. She even chews the air like you do when she's thinking hard about something. And if you had known, what then?
The look on Thomas's face, because he is not having, I know he is not having a good time hiding anything right now. The look on his face is a realization of what he would have done then.
And for my own personal edification and our viewers at home, what would Thomas have done?
Thomas would have paid her off, had not seen her again. He would have given her a bunch of money and made sure never to see her again and tell her never to contact him.
And what's got to be killing you the most, Thomas, is you can't even remember this woman's name.
No.
Now, is Thomas a math person? Would Thomas be doing the math?
I mean, he'd get a general idea. You are talking to a high school dropout, so.
The math isn't all that difficult, though. And you kind of count quick in your head and you realize that this girl would have been born like maybe a week or two before your embrace. It's the right time. Like, you can be certain within like 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah. Oh boy. My phone decided to fall off its mount. Anyway. So, you would have paid this woman off, told her, don't speak to me, don't come find me, don't, nothing like that. But now that you are confronted with a woman who claims to be your daughter, she's in your haven. She's clearly spent time and money tracking you down. What does Thomas do now?
All right. Clearly, the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Oh yeah, no, she is every inch your kid. Like, we can say allegedly or, whatever, but like, no, she's your kid.
All right. Thomas is going to go over to the couch. He's going to have a seat. And he's going to gesture to have her sit down next to him.
You see her kind of pause for a minute. And then she moves, but she sits as far away from you as she can. She crosses her arms over her chest, then kind of perches like a bird ready to take off at the slightest provocation.
All right. Well, I'm not going to bullshit you. Yeah, at that time, if I knew, you would never have seen me. Different now. It's been 33 years.
And you catch her eyes studying every curve of your face, every line, every immaculately crafted piece of this persona that you are now. Searching for something, anything. But you get the feeling that there is a question that is dangling between the two of you that she does not want to ask.
Besides coming to find me, is there something you needed?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. And she reaches into her pocket and places into her lap a .38 revolver. My plan was to put 6 ounces of lead in your stomach for my troubles. And she slides it back into her pocket, folds her hands in her lap. But now I don't know.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. What's your name?
Alexis.
Alexis.
Petrelli.
She gave you Petrelli, huh?
Mom insisted on it. She swore up and down that you were some hotshot out in Chicago. Big man on big business. But you smell like new money and you dress like a mobster. She kind of bobbles her head a little bit. Private eye, you pick up a few things over the years.
Not how you found me.
You're a very expensive man to find.
All right. If you're not going to shoot me, what do you want to do now?
She shrugs. Well, it's not like I want to go to a daddy-daughter dance anytime soon. But I do feel like you owe me. 33 years is a long fucking time. You know, when I was a kid, I used to wait by the door. Because Mom said you were coming back any minute now. I was 8 when I finally realized you weren't. By the time I was 10, I was beating up school bullies. Because I didn't have a daddy. When I was 15, there was no one to scare off the boys. So I grew up hard and I grew up mean. You owe me something. Anything. Because you would have been so ready to just discard us. But you made me. You laid down with my mother, you made me, and then you ran the fuck off. What gives you the right?
Man I was then. It's not the man I am now.
Okay.
I don't know how to make this right. But I can say that I am proud of you.
You don't even know me. Don't patronize me.
All right.
We're going to take a quick timeout and do an emotional check-in with our players. So if y'all could post in studio chat our colors. I am going to remind everyone of the colors. Green is we're good to go. Yellow is let's slow it down. Red is all stop. And blue is I'm fine. My character's going through it. Okay. She looks at you. She nods her head a bit. I tell you what. I'll give you some time to prove you're not the man you were. Bit of time to actually get to know me. And we'll see where we are at the end of it. Because I don't know why. But I'm feeling a little generous tonight. She stands
Right.
up. She holds out her hand. Deal?
Thomas will stand up and take her hand. All right, deal.
And for a mortal, she's got a powerful grip. She nods and starts making her way over to the door. Her hand still stuffed in that pocket with the 38. But she opens the doorknob, steps out, and in a couple of moments after she leaves, just enough time for Thomas to sit with his thoughts.
Oh, he's collapsed back down on the couch.
There is a softer knock on the door. And you hear Drew's voice from the other side.
Mr. Pierce, I saw her car leave. Also, Mr. Love thinks that we need to go to the meeting place.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave in a few.
You look unwell.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we could get sick.
In some cases, we can. This is different.
Oh. I will wait in the car.
All right. Later soon.
So as we prepare to close out on this scene, we're going to take one final parting shot. Thomas, what is going through your brain, bud?
He is just so many emotions. Like, one, surprise. Two, just like, but he sees so much of her in him that he's just like, like the mirror thing. But also he is proud of her. He wasn't lying. He is proud of her because she is like him and that she just keeps fucking going. And he sees that and it resonates with him. But he is kind of freaking out about what he's going to do next with her.
Well, I can definitely say you missed one of the poorer choices you could have made, which is a good thing. So congratulations, Thomas. You get the chance to prove whether you're actually a girl dad or not. You must be thrilled.
He's freaking out. He's got all sorts of scenarios going through his head, like what he missed, what he could have had, the choices he has made, and now what is he going to do?
Yep. And as the camera pans up to the dark Philadelphia skyline, it zips through the city and settles into the Neverland Art Collective. And I am going to take this moment before we get into the meat and potatoes of this set of this vignette. Player good? Okay.
Yeah, all good. Just needed a few minutes.
Understandable. Player safety and well-being is important here.
'Tis the nature of vampire. We tell stories and we have the safety check-ins, so that way we can play hard.
You get me. We do have a hydration check from one of our viewers. Everybody thank Dragon of the Dark Rose for our hydration check. So we're going to take a minute and we are going to drink our water.
Chug, 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 chug.
How dare you? I have lipstick on.
Oh, get off the cross. We need the wood.
Don't make her spray it on the computer. They're going to be
You're
very
right.
mad about it.
That's my fault. I fucked up. I take full responsibility for that.
We're going to get yelled at from the IT.
Not going to make the
professional.
problem worse. Just going to leave it be.
Awful.
You're right. I am a terrible human being and a snappy dresser. But as we settle in at the Neverland Art Collective, Samantha,
Hi.
you rouse from day sleep in Laurent's personal quarters.
Mhm.
As you slide back into consciousness and you adjust to where you are, the first thing that strikes you is that this is a scene plucked straight out of old school France. There are Rococo panels across the ceiling. This was at one point in time one of those old artist lofts.
Mhm.
There is gilded wooden figurines and high art all over the place. It is as if this place was a moment in time frozen in amber. And that time is certainly not within the last 100 or so years. Now, do you have academics?
I do. Specialty in music theory, but
Okay.
academics nonetheless.
So go ahead and give me an intelligence in academics. You're not going to be able to use your music theory, but you will be able to use your intelligence and academics on this roll.
Intelligence and academics. Copy, copy. That's a total failure. Yeah. Yeah. She's got the pink and the pigtails for a reason.
You are not 100% sure from where all of this art is from.
Mhm.
It's that fancy shit. But you would notice that, one, Laurent is nowhere to be found.
Mhm.
Two, that there is... It finally settles on you that you are unsupervised in Laurent's personal haven. So, what would Samantha like to do?
First things first, probably admire the exquisite quality of the bed that she's in. Like
It
first
is
things.
a mahogany 4-poster bed draped in some of the finest fabrics one can find.
Ooh, fancy. And since this is very obviously Laurent's chambers, if he's not around, she didn't learn from Rowan. Well, he's got techno prowess. Laurent doesn't.
This does not look like a technological palace, no.
Mm-mm.
So, okay. Go ahead and roll me a wits and investigation, please.
Wits and investigation. Oh, that's the same pool. Okay, one moment.
I'm also going to let you take an audacity dice on that one.
Good. Very good. Let's see what we get here. 1 success.
Do you want to spend any willpower?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 successes.
2 is much better.
Good.
So, as you are poking about the room,
Mhm.
there are some things that you find.
Okay.
One being several large standing wardrobes,
Mhm.
each of them filled with different clothing and accessories.
Okay.
Not all of them for a masculine individual.
Samantha knows Laurent to be a performer, no?
She does. She knows him specifically to be a performer at a lifestyle club.
Knowing. Oh,
Not all of these clothes, from your eye, would fit him.
oh, okay. It would be a little different if they were all around the same size. Like, okay, yeah, sure. He's got sorry, Twitch. He's a twink, so
He is a twink. He has a very specific body type.
yeah.
But some of these look like they are cut for the well endowed in the chest region. Some of these look like they are cut for a plethora of different body types.
Only bigger than his current size? There's a reason I'm asking. Only bigger than his size or also smaller?
Some larger, some smaller. But there is a closet of clothing that you have seen him wear that is in his size.
Okay.
But it's not just clothing in each of these wardrobes. There are also accessories.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of them, you find an outfit and accessories that you recall from the Toreador party. It was the woman that found herself obsessed with one of your coterie mates. You couldn't place it, but you definitely recall the last name was Moreau.
Moreau. She's gonna raise an eyebrow. Her only evidence of people lending out clothes, not that it can't be done by anybody, is the Chancellor Herald. And so she's gonna raise an eyebrow, but ultimately he could have let somebody borrow that the same way he offered her.
Mm-hmm. And as you continue looking around the room, you find a vanity, like one of those old school vanities.
Mm-hmm.
And on it, you see a few, all of these cosmetics look old.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just their packaging.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost as though this man is ordering custom cosmetics
Oh.
from brands that have long since ceased to be. But in pride of place, at the center of the vanity,
Mm-hmm.
you see a crystal vial,
Mm-hmm.
and on it is a faded label
Mm-hmm.
that reads Amor and Psyche.
Amor Psyche.
Amor and Psyche. Yes. It is from a master perfumer known as Linez, or the Nose.
Huh.
Now, how familiar would Samantha be with beauty brands?
Very. She probably has had collaborations in the past. Um, she would have her preferences. You know, who wouldn't want an artist to sponsor their brand or be sponsored?
This is a perfume that has not existed since the 1800s.
She is going to pick it up and gingerly hold it in her hand and inspect it, because this is a collectible. This belongs in a museum, likely.
Oh yes. Yes, this is absolutely, and like, leaded crystal feels different in the hand compared to glass.
Mm-hmm.
It is weighty. The perfume inside is thick and syrupy, like it would have been when they used actual oils and ambergris.
Mm-hmm.
It is...
That's not a knockoff.
Oh no. No, dear girl. There are a great many things in this room, and none of them are reproductions, knockoffs, or cheap imitations.
Now she is fascinated. Dare we say almost obsessed. What else can she identify in his vanity, in his room?
There is a locket sitting on the vanity top.
Mhm.
It is old, silver,
Mhm.
but it is not tarnished with time.
Okay. Well cared for.
It is clearly something well cared for.
Okay. Does it look fragile enough that it would break with Vesper's hands?
Oh no, this is old world craftsmanship.
Okay.
This was something that did not come from a fast fashion house. This is something
Mhm.
that very clearly came from a silversmith.
She's gonna pick it up then and see if she can't unhook the clasp.
She is able to pick it up. It feels light in her hands. And as she opens it up, inside she finds a lock of brown hair tied in a simple white ribbon and an engraving on the other side that reads Henri Dupree. And I will pop that into the studio chat.
Ooh. Ooh. Henri. That the one that Laurent was talking about, and when Samantha's talking about her sister, that Henri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Okay. That's cool. She's going to gingerly clasp it and sit it down. And if there are any smudges of her fingertips, she's going to try to wipe it away.
Okay. Another thing that you were able to find near the vanity, but not on the vanity,
Mm-hmm.
next to a decanter filled with what looks like a dark viscous liquid,
Mhm.
is a wine bottle. And this is another almost instantly recognizable brand.
Mm-hmm.
It is Chateau Cotet. And the reason you recognize this brand is because it was all over the news recently.
Mm-hmm.
Because a bottle from 1750 was found in Bordeaux, France. The reason it was all over the news is because it is currently one of the oldest examples of Bordeaux wine. And this bottle also happens to be dated 1750. Attached to the neck is a yellowed note that simply reads, "For old times, all my love, Victorine."
How much action did this man get? I don't want to know. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that.
But the signature is punctuated with a Toreador rose.
Ew. Oh no. No. No.
What?
No.
What?
Victorine.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that she has heard Henri and she is reading Henry, can she so too take Victorine and match it to Victoria?
Yes.
As in Victoria Ash.
Maybe.
She's a Toreador. Oh.
I would say it is not a difficult leap of logic for Samantha to assume that Victoria Ash gave him this wine. She is, after all, a French Toreador.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a very powerful one at that.
And a very powerful one at that. And they are both of an age.
Mm-hmm. For old time's sakes, that suggests that Laurent is much older.
Mm-hmm. The last thing that you find out in the open is an aged Bible. It is old. It is in French.
Mm-hmm.
And when you open the cover of the book, there is that line of like, "This Bible belongs to," where
Mm-hmm.
people normally write their names.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guess that's what it says, but it's all in French.
Right.
And you read the name Lorenz Moreau.
Okay. Lorenz Monroe. Okay.
I am going to, if you give me just a moment, that is another thing that I will pop into studio chat.
Lorenz Monroe. Sorry, not Monroe. Okay. Initially, this thought is okay. Henri Victorine Lorenz. She has never heard the equivalent, I guess, in English that she knows. And because these other two items are from other people, she's going to wonder who Lorenz Moreau is. That's probably not him. And so she's gonna flip through it, see if there's any notes. And then she'll close it.
As you are flipping through it, you're looking for notes, and you see there are annotations throughout the Bible in the same hand as the script, the name.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please.
Wits and awareness. Let's see. That's decent pull from a 1 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Five, but it's a messy crit.
I am going to ask you this once.
Okay.
Do you want to fix it, or do you want to let it ride?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Let it ride.
Okay. You hear what sounds to be whispers. Overlaid whispers. Like several voices drawing you towards one of the other standing closets nearby. As you approach, you open it. Inside is a small safe. And as you look at the safe, those whispers begin to tell you numbers. 12, 5, 15.
Ooh. She's going to enter the numbers in.
And as your fingers work the dial, 12, past 0, 5, 15, you hear the lock successively slip into place. And there is a click. You're able to turn the handle and open the safe.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, you find a mask. A pallid, waxen visage shaped from a material you cannot seem to identify. Too soft to be bone, too firm to be skin, too warm to be dead, but clearly not alive. And I am going to drop into your chat what it is that you find. Bear with me just one moment.
The most normal thing in this room is the fainting couch.
The most normal thing in this room is the fainting couch. Maybe the bottle of wine from Victoria Ash because, like, Toreador shit.
Yeah. Sure. It's a fainting couch. It says what it is. That's what's written on the tin. Ugh.
Do you pick it up?
Sorry. Ugh. Oh, like look at that thing. Yes. Samantha would pick it up gingerly.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence and resolve, please.
Intelligence and resolve. Intelligence and resolve.
You will not be able to use willpower on this one.
Oh, praying to the gods of my understanding. One moment.
And just so you're aware, this is the result of your messy.
Yippee!
Okay. You wonder deep in the back of your mind, who would own a mask like this? And does it fit? You turn the mask over in your hands a couple of times. Inside, you see these faint striations. They look like almost like they look like they could be tomoko or any of those like fine line tattoos that so many cultures have.
Mm-hmm.
Before you can even stop yourself, you lift the mask to your face.
Just gonna look through the eyes.
And as you look through the eyes, the interior of the mask reaches out with wet red tentacles. It latches to your face and pulls itself tight. Please give me a stamina and resolve.
Oh no!
I have been sitting on this since you made this character. I need you to know that.
There you go. Oh my god, the dice. The dice, I beg.
Okay. This mask seats itself over your face and melts into your skin.
It's gone. She's gonna like touch it.
Your face is your face. Maybe a little prettier. Maybe a little sharper.
She is going to hurriedly close the safe, lock it, and shut the wardrobe, and just sit there for a moment.
The whispering does not stop, but it is lower, and it feels as though it is coming from all around you. It's easy enough to ignore, but it is present. And as you close everything up and you stand there for a moment. You hear the unnecessary clearing of a throat from the door.
She's gonna immediately whip around like a child that got who has their hand in the cookie jar. Um, is he inside?
He is just stepping into view. So chances are good that he did not see anything that happened before this moment. And he's giving you a polite smile. He is dressed head to toe in winter white.
Mm-hmm.
And he points at the wardrobe that you're standing in front of, seemingly admiring. It's an original, a gift from the Marquis.
Oh. And she's gonna look around. Are all of these?
Yes. And he seems ever so pleased with himself.
Okay.
Everything in this room is original.
This is an impressive collection. I'm surprised you'd bring it here.
Oh, baubles from a life lived deliciously. But come, we have lessons.
Is Samantha dressed or is she still in her old clothes?
She's dressed.
Okay.
She's got on, it's not the most modest, but it's certainly not something that she would mind walking around the Haven in.
Okay. Perfect. And she'll stand up, she'll smooth out her outfit, kind of fuss with her pigtails a bit before she goes, right, wait, lessons?
Yes. Remember, I am owed.
And she'll smile sweetly. I guess that means I don't have a choice, huh?
You always have a choice, sweetling. It's just, do you like the options that choice brings?
And a lesson from you, I believe, is worth its weight in gold. We've just been through, well, a lot recently. So is there another option? Maybe a ring check or something?
No. The first lesson I must teach you is part of your punishment. The other lesson is, well, less strenuous and will serve you well in the future.
Okay.
Consider it a gift from mentor to mentee. No strings, you see. But first, your punishment must be completed.
She'll sigh and her shoulders will roll back, kind of irritated. Okay. So what is it? Are you gonna put me in a corner or make me write lines or something?
Oh, you are no child. I
You
would
call
never
me
do
sweet-
that.
You call me Sweetling.
It is a term of endearment. Feel free to vibe check that if you like.
She's gonna fucking vibe check that because the way that he called her Sweetling the first time,
Uh-huh.
that didn't seem like it at all.
Nope.
What would that be?
So-
that roll?
Wits and awareness, or wits and insight. Sorry, wits and insight. If you have a behavioral profiling or emotional state specialty, you may add that.
The only one I have is desire.
Not this time.
I didn't think so.
So, while you're rolling, how's Samantha feeling?
I cannot speak and type at the same time. My keyboard sounds bad. Sorry. Okay. One success. Sure.
He seems to be on the level.
All
It's a
right.
term of endearment.
Sometimes a sharper term of endearment, that's fine. Samantha is feeling spooked. That was weird. That mask that she had in her hand, she doesn't think she hallucinated it. But she doesn't want to tell Laurent because she was messing with his things. And as he has so eloquently demonstrated, he doesn't like when you mess with his things.
He does not like when you touch his stuff. No. But he will lead you out of his personal haven and through the halls of Neverland Art Collective.
Mm-hmm.
And you find yourself in what looks to be a sculpting room. There are tools for chiseling marble laid out. There is clay, various things. It's a little odd that there is a medical gurney off to the side, but like, okay. And before you looks to be a statuary. There are several figures in various poses that appear as though they have been carved from marble. The detailing, however, is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence and awareness, please.
Okay, perfect. I am going
Do you
to
want-
reroll.
Okay. You just click reroll. Perf.
3 successes.
These statues are exquisite, and the detail on them is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Right down to the pores of the skin. But as you move from statue to statue, there are two statues whose eyes seem to follow you. They look as though they are artificial glass eyes set into marble, but they are very clearly following you, watching you as you move from statue to statue.
I feel like at first she would hallucinate. That didn't happen. It's fine. Obviously, whatever happened earlier, messing with her head. The second time it happens, she's gonna go, these are beautiful, and she's admiring the detail. Like every single one, she spends extra time just gazing at the form. It doesn't look unnatural or broken, do they?
They are some of my finest work. And as you settle on the final statue, recognition and horror pour over you. Because you find yourself looking at the marble effigy of Tawny. Her eyes are not bright and full of life like the other statues. They are milky, clouded.
She's
The same eyes that you stared into in the back of that van.
She is going to visibly bristle as she can't seem to escape those milky, clouded eyes. Uh,
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. And he steps over to the statue and places his thumbs over the eyes and wipes from inside to outside. And you watch them take on that same icy blue appearance that she had in life. There we are. Much better.
her mouth is agape. She has not moved. She is stock still as her eyes slowly break off to Laurent's form.
And it is then that you notice he is perfect, sculpted just like these statues. His face too symmetrical. His features just on the other side of the uncanny valley. As though he himself were an Adonis made flesh. And he looks at you with that sweet smile. That saccharine sweet, dripping with venom smile. And it is this point that we are going to do a quick little check-in.
I'm loving this shit. Horrible.
On my other two players. Excellent, excellent. So, Samantha, what is going through your head right now?
Fear. A sudden understanding, like a machete, or like a hammer through glass, that Laurent is more than just your stock still Toreador. The dramatic queens of kindred. She thought that she associated that drama that he always exuded to be surface level, that he was a living, breathing version of the vapid nature her sire pushes on her.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, that illusion is shattered. She can't go anywhere. She can't move. All she can do is stare in horror and freeze.
And you, as you are looking in horror, you feel Laurent's hand gently light on your shoulder. Just the softest touch.
I feel like she might jump. That is a predator in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
She felt it as soon as they had met, and now there is vindication in her beast as to why it felt that way.
There is a moment where you jump, you tense, you recognize the predator in me recognizes the predator in you. But then a curious thing happens. There is a whisper in your ear. Family.
Identifiable as the beast or one of the newer whisperings?
Oh, this is not your beast. And at this point, we have a stretch check from our audience. So again, let us thank our dear viewer, Dragon of the Dark Rose, for a stretch check. On shrimp, roll them shoulders. So, Samantha, what do you do now?
Family. That is a word that she tosses on. That she tosses in her brain for a moment. Because obviously, family.
It's not, yeah. But is it a word that Samantha has ever used lightly?
No. Yes and no. When she is performing, when she is Samantha Vesper Nocturne, the crowd is her family. All of her staff, all of everybody that has helped her get where she is, that's family. But it's that surface level family.
It's that corporate, we're a family here.
Yes. And then there's the level of Samantha's actual family, Shiloh, her mom, wherever she might be. Laurent is somewhere in the middle, with the pizza party included, correct? Laurent is somewhere in between that corporate, yeah. I know he's family. He's a descendant of Helena, just like me, just like Dante. But if he's a descendant of Helena, whatever, why doesn't she know about that? What is this? And is this associated with their family? He's old. What does he know?
You could always ask.
There is no good way to ask that question.
You're right. There is no good way.
So she is the hand that is on her shoulder, is it like a squeeze?
Nope.
Nope, it's just a touch.
It is just a gentle palm up. Like his hand is just resting on your shoulder. If he tipped his hand 90 degrees, he'd be cupping your cheek, but it is laying kind of palm up. It is a very passive but powerful. If you've ever seen Dark Knight Rises, when Bane puts his hand on the dude's shoulder and asks him if he feels in charge, that is the move.
Gotcha. Okay. She is going to look at his hand, and it is going to her eyes are going to travel up his arm, to his shoulders, up his neck, and to his face. And she's going to tilt her head with her morbidly curious stare. Something in me just said the word family.
There is a slight curious look that blossoms across Laurent's face for a moment, and the smile widens, and then widens again. That almost impossibly wide smile that should not be anatomically possible, before it snaps back into that serene saccharine smile Family is a curious notion, is it not? It would seem there is more to you than I estimated, sweetling.
There's nothing. Her eyebrows and like eyes are like twitching, trying to focus like on something, anything, but it is going, spinning, going wild. She is just staring at him like that is not possible. But she cannot bring the words to say it, but it's written all over her face.
Is she thinking that that's impossible?
Yes.
And his face drops for a moment. He pulls his hand away, clasps his hands behind his back, rocks back on his heels, and then leans just a little closer. Through the blood, all things are possible, sweetling. And now I know how I must teach you. But first, you have something that belongs to me. And he reaches up and he palms your face. And you feel something shift and recoil. The whispers grow louder. No, the great work must be complete. We won't go back in the box. We won't do it. And you feel not a gentle release, but a harsh tug as he rips the mask free. And he turns it in his hand before he places it down on the table. I will indulge your petty curiosities once. And as the mask is pulled free from your face, the whispers stop.
Okay.
Like it is, as soon as it is free from your face, it all stops.
It told.
It tells you a great many things, little Vogir. For that is what you are. You are a shaper of flesh, like me. For this would not have called to you were you anything other than.
She doesn't know what that means. So she's going to quirk an eyebrow at him and look between the mask and him. Vulgar? That no, I'm hell, I told you.
Philippe Vulgir was a descendant of Helena. His blood flows through you as it flows through me.
What does that mean?
It means, with training, and he gestures to the statues, you will be able to shape flesh as I do. Each of these statues was once a living mortal.
And her eyes
And
will flip
this-
to Tawny.
He'll point at Tawny, and this is your first masterpiece.
Mine. I don't know how. That's not what I was built to do.
Oh, sweetling. You were built for so much more than you could ever imagine. Now, we are going to pause on that. How are you feeling, Samantha?
Samantha or Shazi?
Samantha.
Samantha, the horror is still very present, but now there's a budding and blossoming curiosity. She had a box. Her box was the performer. And now there is an offer, a potential to expand that box further. And
Oh, yeah.
that's terrifying, especially with everything surrounding her. But curiosity, because she did find all of the statues beautiful.
The blood, it calls for it. As they say, blood is blood. You can't help it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So from there, he will usher you out of the studio and into a parlor where he will give you a different kind of lesson for the evening to let these new revelations settle. Only because we are running on time, so I need to shift over to our third vignette of the evening. But after tonight, you will be taking a dot of linguistics, and that will give you fan code and flower language. Before I forget, since we're talking dots on sheets, Thomas, dear Thomas, you will be getting a dot in contact for Alexis. As the scene closes at the Neverland Art Collective, we dive deep beneath the city into the Nosferatu Warrens, where we come in to our dear sweet effigy. We're going to back up in the night to the beginning of the night. Effigy, you have roused from day sleep. You are a little hungrier, but none the worse for wear. After you return from your hunt, you see Gato and Rattail just kind of quipping back and forth. They seem to be insistent that you meet with someone. I just think, Gato, that it would be a good idea for him to meet our cousin.
Listen, I am not in disagreement. Our cousin, he is a very lovely individual. They have I love their artistic. I love the interior design they got going on. However, there's a couple steps before, we go see the cousin that we might want to explain, to dear Effigy here before, he goes and tells a big cousin on the throne, and the Lord of the Under tells a big cousin on the throne, and then we's are doing pickup duty for the rest of the week.
I've already discussed it with her grace. She is amenable, after all. Oh, and Rattail will kind of disengage from the conversation and look up. Effigy, it's good to see you again. How are you doing tonight?
Effigy would reach over. He has procured a record player and has Russian ballet playing on it. And you can see he's kind of just... He takes the needle, kind of moves it off the record. Well, how are you doing?
I'm having a little trouble hearing you, bud. Maybe try moving the mic just a little bit closer.
How's this?
Still a little hollow.
Still?
Yeah, I check and see if it's actually on that microphone. It might be on a different mic.
The amount of
Sad.
times I've done that. Oh, I forgot I got to his prop. This ad break brought to you by the Pyramid. We were one-stop shop for all your schemes. Ayo.
How about now?
Oh,
Hey.
beautiful. Absolute
I
cinema.
forgot. I was doing my podcast and switched it over to the microphone. I'm doing well, friend. How are you?
Well enough, well enough. We figured that since you've had a bit of time in the city, that we'd start introducing you to other cousins. Specifically, a rather important cousin, sibling to the prince, after a fashion.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So,
great.
He's great. He's wonderful. Before we go, and he reaches over into a tattered backpack that sits next to the chair that he's in and pulls out a Lego set. Take this, a gift for the Lord of the Under. He's a fan.
Oh, perfect. You read my mind. And Gato will like flounce over, very twink style, walk to a closet and pull out a bag of several of the Star Wars, or not Star Wars, Star Trek kits and hold them up. I got a good deal on them. Legit wormtail before, or rat tail before, you get yelling at me. It was legit. All right. It was a very honest business dealings.
What are
All right.
these Legos?
They're building blocks. You make little the things on the box there. They're snap together model kits, effectively.
Yeah.
Interesting. And this cousin likes these kits?
His name is Q, and yes, he's a fan. But come, we'll take you to meet him. It's not a very long walk at all. He just doesn't get out much, and it's better if we come to him.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to bring anything besides these kits?
The keen notion that he is not like the rest of us. Are you familiar with Are you familiar with the crimes of certain clans?
That would be excellent. I will prepare myself, and we shall be on this journey.
And Rattail and Gato will lead you out of the warren and into the tunnels beneath the city. As you walk through these tunnels, Rattail is at the lead, Lester on his shoulder, Gato pulling up the rear. You are taken through a different branch of tunnels. These tunnels are... You start feeling a little off as you're moving through them. You get the sensation that if you tried to navigate these tunnels on your own, you would find yourself hopelessly lost. There is odd geometry, turns that should not feasibly exist. The way the tunnels intersect is almost alien. But before long, Rattail leads you through a hatch that opens up to a wide chamber. And sitting in the center of this chamber is a scale-accurate model of the city of Philadelphia, made entirely out of these plastic building blocks. The tallest of the buildings sits about chest high. And you hear Rat Tail, Q, we've brought another cousin for you to meet. And at first you hear what sounds like the skittering of paws, the clicking of nails on polished concrete, and a large possum lumbers into view, followed by the sound of something much larger, like stone scraping across stone. And into view comes this hulking amalgamation of flesh and stone. There is a drawn-out beak. The hands are taloned and stony. But there is a bright smile, well, what you can assume to be a smile, on his face. Rat Tail, Gato! Who are you?
Oh, my name is Effigy. It is a pleasure to meet you. I told you like these.
Oh! And he reaches out and like kind of grabs the Lego set, turns the box over in his hands. Oh, I don't have this one yet. I know exactly where I'll put it. And he shuffles over the sound of stone rubbing against stone with every footstep. And he places it down on what looks to be a large build table that has a few other models that are in progress. And he shuffles back over. So, you're the new one that's working with Big Sister. And he's looking directly at you, Effigy. He says, you're the new one that's working with Big Sister.
That is correct. I am curious. Would Effigy have known what he is or have ever seen? Because that kind of will change how I phrase this.
Go ahead and give me a wits and intelligence, please. Because Effigy's old enough.
Memory mechanic time. What are we remembering today? Yeah. I don't know, man.
War crimes. We are remembering war crimes.
Oh, yeah, that. Those. Oh, gosh. Well, you know.
You do seem to recall that at one point in time there were rumblings through the clan of what the Tremere used to do to you back in Europe. These things called gargoyles. And Effigy fits the description.
Well, I was going to say because he did spend time in Paris, so
not Effigy. I'm sorry. Q fits the description. Effigy would have recognized that. I'm sorry. I
heard it dyslexic, so that's fine. He would have probably known of gargoyles from all the Goth architecture from France and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So to see a moving, talking one and having that memory roughly in the back of his head, he doesn't speak on it, but he's kind of impressed because it's information and he loves information. So he's probably
You
going to
would-
want to dig into this later.
You would also know from the rumors in the clan that these were tortured creatures, that many of them were allegedly nothing more than mindless creatures that the Tremere used as guards, attack dogs, servants. So to see one that is clearly not all there, but has more cognition than your typical gargoyle, the stories of your typical gargoyle, is impressive. And he looks you over and he says, he just raises his arms and gestures around. Welcome to the Under, effigy. I am Q, Lord of the Under. Q is short for Quasimodo. And, right, I have to do a thing. As Lord of the Under, I grant you hospitality in my domain.
Oh, that is quite generous of you, Q. I appreciate your hospitality and extend my graceful acceptance.
I just really like having new friends.
Yes. It is quite...
Especially family.
It is great to meet more family, especially in these times. You call this... Dog likes to speak.
The lineages.
The
Yes.
lineages.
Bring go.
Take your time.
I am curious. You call it the Under. It's quite spot on. And your motto of the city, is it only of the surface world?
Oh, right now, yes. But I am working on a complete map of the Under. But it's a little slow going. We lost a lot during the war.
Understandable. I shall like to help when I can, if I can, in that endeavor.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, that would be a really good idea. Speaking of, and he'll look over at Rat Tail. There's something that you should tell Big Sister. Someone from our family has been poking around in the tunnels, but I don't think they've introduced themselves yet. And Rat Tail just kind of furrows his brow and looks over at Gato. Friends of yours?
I mean, listen, I know I keep interesting company, but they would drop a line, especially, if it's for work. And I would, 100% let you know. So no, ain't mines, but I will get mines on it to look into it. I thank you very much for this, Q, and I will tell her Lord Chancellorship Happiness that you get a mina from me for this information. Understood?
Q looks confused at that.
It means I can get you. You can make me get you more Legos later.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Rat Tail looks over at Effigy, back at Q. How do we know that someone's been poking around in the tunnels? Oh, Percy told me, and he points down at the large opossum that is, like, leaning up against Q's leg. He said that there were footprints in one of the tunnels that we're not supposed to go in, and that they were able to... They avoided the ouchy spots and the confusing spots. Which, Gato, you've dealt with Q a few times before. You would know that he's talking about the wards and the labyrinth.
Yeah, descendant of Zelios, and then court stuff to get this place ordered. Yeah, he's throwing his brown. Q, you sure it ain't Big Sis's dad? Sometimes he likes to come and visit,
Oh, no. The Senor knows how to announce his presence.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
No. Percy said this one is old and cold.
Oh, that's not good.
I have D'Artagnan and Aramis looking into it, though.
Most good.
And he just gives that short, snappy nod. Effigy.
Who is this Artemis and D'Artagnan?
Oh, they're my friends. They're out on patrol right now, but I can introduce you to Porthos and Athos if you want.
Splendid.
And you'll hear him make this kind of clicking sound. And two creatures, and I can best describe them as creatures because they look like no animal you have seen before. Too many eyes, too many limbs. They were, at one point in time, recognizable as maybe like a rat and a raccoon. But now they look altered, changed, bizarre, and alien. For those of us who remember season 2, these were the animals that got into the flesh garden that was down in the under. But he gestures to the two, we'll call them mutated animals. He gestures to the rat, this is Porthos. And he gestures to the raccoon, this is Athos.
Do they appreciate gifts like yourself?
Well, they like food.
Okay, I shall endeavor the next time I visit to bring those. And I appreciate your sharing your friends with me. I hope to make their friendship myself.
Okay. But you can feel free to come down anytime. Just let somebody know, because the confusey spots can get a little confusing.
Indeed.
But I can meet you lots of places. I'm not opposed to leave the under.
That is probably so you can do such a wonderful job with what you are doing right now.
It's also because Mr. John said I am a major masquerade breach.
I like what I said better.
It definitely sounds nicer, but
Yeah.
It's not all bad. Mr. John used to read stories to me.
Down here, yes.
Oh, he did say I have lots of important work down here, just like Big Sis said. I am supposed to be the guardian of the under and friend to all the aminals.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, you were saying we were supposed to go somewhere, but I interrupted you to meet your friends. So,
oh yeah, and he'll kind of gesture you the three of you to follow him as he shuffles deeper into the tunnels. I have to show you where Percival found the tracks. And he'll lead you deeper into the under. It seems as though he is capable of navigating it just as deftly as Rattail is, and to another extent as easily as Gato is. You get the feeling that the three of them, whatever is down here, they know what they're doing. But he brings you to a disused subway tunnel. And he points to what look to be the shuffling footprints in the dust of the platform. These are very clearly made by someone wearing, footwear. Nobody's supposed to be down here, though, because we were supposed to seal this off after the war. I've just had a hard time getting to it because I've had other stuff that I had to do, like the Flesh Garden. That took a lot of time to clear out.
Yeah, those pesky things that got left behind. You still need help, Q. You tell me, and I'll get me and a couple of boys down here, and we'll help you seal it up. You understand?
Okay. Now, Effigy, would you like to investigate the area?
I would, and I was also thinking I'm quite good at tracking. So
okay.
How that plays with what you're asking.
Let me take a peeky peek real quick. Cause I feel like I pulled this up somewhere. Nope, not that one. Okay. I'm just going to go back over here. And we're going to open this up. Let's see. Give for me, please, a resolve and okay. I think that tracking specialty is supposed to be under survival, not stealth. So at this time, I will give it to you, but we will need to fix that. So give me your resolve and stealth with your tracking specialty.
I can correct that. In my head, it would be 6 total, I think, instead of 7, and then the tracking would be the 7.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, just 7 die with your hunger.
Yeah.
It's fine. These things happen. I should have caught it. I didn't. Oops. Do you want to spend any willpower?
Yes, sir.
Just go ahead and hit reroll failures. Okay. Well, these things happen. But 4 is good. You can tell that this is a man about your size. He has a shuffling gait. You can tell by the way the left foot drags with each step. But that is not the only thing that catches your eye. There are markings on the wall. Now, how well versed is Effigy in his clan history, would you say?
I mean, I guess pretty good. He knows enough to know about the. I mean, he's from one of the offshoots, which is a pretty specific branch. So in order to be that, he would have had to know why they kind of offshot that way. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. These are markings that you have been told by your sire, by your Warren back in Europe, to avoid at all costs. For these are the markings of Niktuku scouts, searching for Nosferatu to destroy.
How do you spell that name of the scout?
Give me 1 second. There we go. It's in studio chat.
So, am I reading that the signs are from the scouts, and this old Nosferatu was down here fleeing, perhaps?
Oh, no. You can tell that the shuffling feet lead up to where the marks are made and then shuffling away. Like whoever made these marks belongs to these footprints.
And we're under the impression this is a Nosferatu writing Nosferatu hunter markings.
The Niktuku are Nosferatu. Like that is
okay. Got you.
They are the boogeymen of the Nosferatu. They are the ones that believe if they kill all of the currently living Nosferatu, that Abysmalard will lift their curse.
Fantastic. I would relay this information, obviously, to Q.
Oh, okay. And he'll turn to Gato and Rat Tail. Mr. John said if this ever happens, that it's... the flowers are blooming in Antarctica. Gato, you would know that the flowers are blooming in Antarctica is apocalyptic.
Yeah. The fact that, Baba Yaga's kids are here to, fuck us all up is a bad thing. It's a very, very bad time for all of us involved, including myself. I just got a manicure. Wiggle his fingers.
Oh, we love you for that, Gato. Rat Tail just looks at you like, not the fucking time.
What? I'm just saying. You know how much these cost? They're acrylic, and he'll do like the ASMR, little crinkles.
Oh, we love him. We love him. But Rat Tail just kind of gives a sharp nod and looks between Gato, Effigy, and Q. You three can wrap up down here. I should get word to Her Grace.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget the other new kid in town. We should probably warn him too, just cause.
I will leave word at the Haven before I go see Her Grace. And he just goes poof and vanishes from sight.
Always an interesting time in these cities.
Yeah, if it's not one Gehenna, it's another. And apparently we stumbled into another.
Effigy, you would remember that there was somebody that your coterie shadow had suggested you look into. This Rhaegar.
Was that the pick that you dropped in my...
Yes, it is. There is a very strong chance that this Rhaegar is the Nas that you're looking for now, based on you have not seen him around the Haven. He has not popped up at any Nosferatu gatherings.
Well, can I tell in which direction this person fled? I mean, I know you said they go up.
They go deeper into the subway tunnel.
Okay.
So further under the city.
Would Q know of where that leads?
He would. I
would ask.
And he would tell you that this particular rail line was built to connect City Hall and One Liberty Place.
We're gonna have to talk later, buddy.
Gato, you would know that this tunnel leading to One Liberty Place and this potential Niktuku scout being in a tunnel that leads directly to your prince's haven.
Yeah, he's gonna curse, pull out his phone, type a quick message, very masquerade safe, very much. Hey, you know that delivery we did last week? We're gonna need to up the security system on the, price item that we're storing there. I.e., we should probably move the prince to a different haven.
Or at least make sure that the security on One Liberty Place is shored up.
Yeah, to that effect, yeah.
Is there much we can do down here, or should we get on helping notify?
Oh, Rattail's really good at passing word, but we should... Mr. Jaw always used to say, trust but verify.
Onward, inward, then?
Okay.
Gato will wave his cigarette like a saber. Once more into the breach, kiddies.
Allons-y.
I knew you've been watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, sometimes Simon comes down.
Yeah. Fucking weird ass Tremere, but she's actually good. She won good ones.
And the three of you trek deeper into the tunnels, following these shuffling footsteps. It is not difficult for you to track along these footprints, and they lead to a service hatch alongside of the tunnels. One moment, please. Anywho, as you open this hatch, you find what looks to be a nest. There is all manner of soiled rags and ratty bits of cloth that have been kind of assembled in what looks to be a maintenance workroom on the other side of this hatch. Someone has been living here. And it's a fair guess that whoever has been living here is the person that's been leaving the tracks. They do not extend further beyond this maintenance hatch. But it does look like whoever has been down here has been using this tunnel as their main ingress and egress point from this nest.
So there's no indication of where they went from here other than what we've already seen.
They could have... there is indication that they walked along the platform and jumped down on the tracks. Okay. But it doesn't look like they've gotten any closer to One Liberty Place than this point here.
Okay. Perhaps we should head to where the perceived target is.
Okay. So, as you make your way deeper into the tunnels, let me check something real quick. We have sounds of death. Okay. Gato, do you have heightened senses, sense the unseen, anything like that?
Yeah, he'd have heightened senses.
Okay. So, as you are all moving through the tunnel, Gato, as you are moving through the tunnel, Gato, you get this sensation. Like your heebies have been properly GB'd. As you find yourself mere feet away from the platform that would lead you up into One Liberty Place. It is gated. It is locked. But there is something here. And Q walks a little closer and then stops. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Hurdy spot.
Yep.
No. This is one of the mistress's hurdy spots. Mr. John didn't make this one.
Okay, cute. I'm very new to town, and everybody has a plethora of nom de plumes and various aliases to fight or do crime. Which one's the mistress again?
He will turn and look at you, and in the most serious voice he can muster, the bad lady that Mr. John killed.
Oh shit! What? I'm sorry.
She's dead. She's dead. So how? That shouldn't be here. Gato should. That is kind of putting two together. That shouldn't be there, right?
It shouldn't be, but because of how difficult the Under has been to map and explore, it's very possible that this was missed at the end of the war.
Okay. We're gonna put a pin in that. I will get word to Mix Leclerc because Tremere woo bullshit and all that and whatnot. Go from there, but that's not a good sign.
And Q will shake his head. But if there's a hurdy spot there, it means that the stranger can't get through.
So we may need to end up leaving it in order to starts cursing in a bunch of Yiddish.
So, Effigy, you're kind of gathering from this conversation between Q and Gato that, like, you've heard him talk about hurdy spots, and you've heard about wards. So, like, it's very well within the realm of possibility that they're talking about a ward. And Q's stony brow furrows, and he looks at you, Effigy. You may want to go tell your friends, the ones that work with Big Sister, about this, and let them know that they can freely travel as long as they're with you.
We're doing the idol song. Da 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 da. No, you're all good.
So to quickly recap for you, Effigy, Q has suggested that you take this information to your coterie and like let them know that like this is going on.
Excellent. Okay.
And that they are able to freely travel in the Under as long as they are with you.
With an escort. That makes sense.
Yep.
Something that's been blessed, so to speak. Okay.
And you are one of those who has been blessed.
Hmm.
So you are going to gain, if you just give to me a moment, because I have it here somewhere. Or do I not have it? Okay. That's fine. I know where I can find
Is it the underground thing?
Yep.
Because I have that with, I think Dante had almost 3 dots in that. So I should have at least the first one if that's what you're looking for.
I'm looking for the specific dot. This is why I keep things on a Google Drive. We've got Descendant of Marilena, Descendant of Mithras. Oracle Net.
Okay, I've got
Philly under Philly.
Yeah, what was left behind, somewhere to hide, Rat Union, Sentinel of the Under, and Freedom of the City.
So you will be gaining the first and fourth dot of the Philly under Philly lore sheet as a reward for your efforts this evening.
Thank you.
So you'll be getting What We Left Behind and Sentinel of the Under.
I will add those to it, the sheet, and then I've got that whole PDF, so we're good to go.
Yeah, after session, like there's no rush for it. But it is at this time that we are going to take a short 10-minute break because my back teeth are floating. And then we are going to gather the coterie together and go over our nights. So we will see you all back here in a scant 10 minutes. Make sure you hydrate, use bio break, whatever you need to, and we'll be back in 10. Welcome back. So, now that each of our kindred has had a night, we are going to move over to the Poison Heart bar, to the little apartment that sits above the bar. And before each of our individuals arrives, Virgil is there, as he always is, baking snacks and goodies for who knows who. Now, let me see something here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can just do it over here. We are going to go. Let's see who's going to arrive first. The general 1d3. Okay. Samantha. You are the first to arrive.
That doesn't really happen. She's normally fashionably late.
Normally. But after your lessons with Laurent, he drives you over in the Bentley and deposits you at the Coterie Haven before thundering off into the night. And as you enter, the smell of fresh baked goods is heavy in the air. Virgil is in the apartment pulling yet another fresh batch of delicious baked goods. These look to be tea cakes of some kind. And he's there drizzling on warmed honey. And he stops. And he gives you a soft smile. So, Samantha, it's good to see you. And his eyes go white. And his jaw slacks. And his head just kind of hangs. And from his mouth you hear a dual-toned voice, both masculine and feminine at the same time. The doll dances because she is told. The mirror below waits because it must. When porcelain remembers it was stone, the strings will cut their master first. Before his eyes uncloud, he stands back up. You again. How was your night?
She's just gonna sit there for a second and regard him like he had just slapped her upside the head. It was wonderful. It was lovely. I got to spend some time with my mentor, and she like looks down as if that's a question. As you are looking down, you see his smile kind of drop for a moment before it snaps back up. I'm sorry, I did it again, didn't I? Nothing to worry about. I don't think you said anything crazy. It's fine. Not crazy. Strange.
You have to understand. Sometimes I can't always control it. The voices. And he continues puttering about.
Do you need help with that? And she's going to motion over to the tea cakes.
Oh no, they just need to cool. It's fine, and I should stop anyway. And he starts taking off his apron as Thomas arrives, shortly followed by Effigy. Oh, good. You're all here. So, couple of quick things. Just a bit of housekeeping. You're all good at keeping a secret, right?
I love secrets.
That is what we do, right?
They are not. He will look at Effigy very seriously. They are not profitable, and they are. This one is to be kept.
Those are the sweetest, I find.
And he gives a nod. Our dear hawk has been called away on special assignment with the region. I am merely telling you because, as his coterie mates, you all deserved to know. But it is not to be spoken of.
Samantha doesn't quite understand what that means. Special assignment. When will he be back?
Let's assume never.
And she'll try to hide the disappointment as best she can. Okay. Seems really important then.
It is of the utmost importance to his clan, and the regent was clear. We are not to speak of it beyond this night. I appreciate each and every one of you and your candor in the matter. Or, no. Candor?
Discretion.
And you'll see him, yeah. You'll see him kind of search for the word a little bit, and when Thomas says discretion, he goes, that's it. Discretion in the matter.
I'm pretty sure candor means honesty.
And there's just that kind of, yeah.
It's close.
But, so, I wasn't exactly expecting everyone this evening. Is there everything okay? And he'll kind of look between the three of you, kind of as a, okay, who's going to be the first?
Would Effigy know if he's allowed to say what he found out?
Q did mention that it was probably a good idea to let your coterie mates know.
Okay. Effigy would kind of. Well, I have some news. I met the keeper, the guardian of the under.
Oh, Q. Sweet
yeah.
man.
Adorable. Very constructive with Legos.
Oh, well, he is a descendant of Zelios, the builder. Well, and Xavier. But,
I don't know what that means. I will divulge that after meeting his wonderful furry companions, the raccoons, I believe their names were Pathos and Athos.
oh, Porthos and Athos. Yes. They are... Oh, they're interesting, aren't they?
Very much. I look forward to gaining more acquaintance with him. It was interesting in a particularly creepy way, which I can appreciate, that we came upon some information about tracks in the under that belonged to a Nosferatu, a very old Nosferatu, and they had not gained hospitality. This troubled Q. It troubled my companions, and Gato informed me that it is upon Rattail's duty to inform the mistress that there are Nick, I can't say this word. Jeremy can't say this word.
Niktuku? Like, Virgil's expression just like screws down and he's just like, Niktuku?
Niktuku, yes. And we found this by following the tracks, and it seemed to lead to symbols on the wall that we then followed to a nest. And that is where the trail ran cold. We also came across an old herd location of someone who was perceived to be dead from the last war we had here. So it was eventful.
Rattail was right to inform the prince. I also have word from Her Grace about our little Ventru plot. She would like us to investigate a little further. The Ventru are known for their bluster and guff, but she called it credible but not actionable. She wants proof that they are moving against the throne.
Would they stoop with their pride and forgive current company? Their particulars about my cousins to hire such assassins, would it be beyond them? Would the two be connected?
No, most kindred don't know about the Niktuku. They're a myth, a boogeymen. No. The Ventru would use other means. Mostly financial pressures. And he'll look over at Thomas. Please know that I do not mean this about every Ventru, but I am no friend of your clan at large. After what Burke did to my sister, you can understand.
I understand, and I don't begrudge you any of it. I agree.
And Virgil nods. The Ventru are a great many things. And at large, as a clan, they are cunning, ruthless, strategic, but they are also opportunistic. No, I do not think the Ventru have anything to do with this Niktuku in our city. But it would not surprise me if they attempt to capitalize on any workings that this Niktuku does in our city. I think it is best if we keep our eyes peeled for any further unwelcome visitors in our city. But I think our focus should be on the Blue Bloods. And he'll look between Thomas and Samantha. What about you two? How were your nights?
Samantha is going to slowly turn toward Thomas. Was yours as eventful as effigies?
It was.
Do tell.
It is a very personal matter.
Oh, come on. That just means it's extra juicy. And she'll like lean in closer, almost like she's probably like a hair's breadth or two away from actually leaning on him. God, Phil.
Thomas is going to step away. I have learned from my previous coterie that sometimes personal matters can become everybody's matter. So, tonight I have discovered that I have a living child.
Oh, that's what that was.
Like, living as living or unliving?
As immortal. She is kind. She has tracked me down from Chicago.
Oh, that's not good. And you'll see Virgil kind of scuttle off to the room that he maintains at the Coterie Haven and come back with what looks to be several like rebound composition books. Like it started as a composition book and has grown as he's just added on to it and then rebound it himself. And he flips through pages and pages and he's scanning, looking for something. And he goes, well, the Aether doesn't say she's a threat yet.
I am hoping to keep her from becoming a threat.
You haven't rejected her, did you?
No.
And he just kind of claps the book closed. Good.
She's my daughter.
Well, that is certainly an interesting turn of events.
She's very much my daughter.
What do you mean she's very much your daughter?
There's a look, Samantha, from Virgil that's just like, what is wrong with you?
Deflection, obviously.
You think she's just like me despite not having grown up with me?
Man, your blood is strong. Huh.
Here's so.
Well, you're a girl, Dad. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. And she'll clap.
Like this is the look that Virgil's just like, what? Why?
That's a good thing, right? I mean, like, it's unfortunate, but you have a kid. The legacy continues, I guess. Mazel Tov.
Mortals tracking us down is usually a bad thing.
Well, yeah.
She said she's a private investigator. That's how she found me.
Ooh.
Well, you're not dead, so the possibility of her being a hunter is very slim. Not none, but slim.
She's determined.
I'll say.
She doesn't give up.
How old is she?
Estimating her early 30s. Right
And
before.
And she
before.
looked at that, and she wasn't suspicious?
Good questions. I mean, good genetics is always a good excuse. Italian.
Okay. Sure. At least you didn't tell her, right? Right?
Why would
I
do
am
that?
I am hopeful that Mr. Pierce is not so short-sighted.
This is why you ask. You don't like surprises, especially, like you said, it might become all of our problem.
Okay, so we have a potential Ventru coup, a possible Niktuku infiltrator, a private eye who has been snooping into our Ventru golden child, and he looks at Samantha. Not just looks at Samantha, but really looks at Samantha. Anything else for the good of the group? Or do I have to snoop?
I killed a hooker.
Did you at least clean your mess?
What did you do?
She's like visibly, if she could sweat, she would be sweating, because she would Laurent have told her to keep the family thing a secret.
He would have made mention that, like, there are certain circles that we're not all that popular in, but, like, he wasn't like, you need to keep your fucking mouth shut about this. He was just like, be careful who finds out.
Ooh, okay, I got it.
Like, he would have specifically pointed out, like, the Semites, not a fan of us.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. She is going to, and if everyone is familiar with the thread of Samantha's no good, very bad day, she is going to recount the tales of snooping into some person that Rowan is familiar with, the message on all of her displays, how she ran out of her haven, Danson felt a little funny afterwards and got really hungry. Killed the hooker. Found out it ended up being Laurent's hooker. And kind of stopped there. So she's definitely hiding something else. But she's like trying to flood the zone with as much information.
Effigy, Thomas, if you want, go ahead and give me a wits and insight. Samantha, I am going to need a composure and subterfuge from you.
Composure.
So, question on that roll.
Yes.
I have, and for insight, I have pattern and habits and kinetic. So it's not only your speech behavior, but your...
You may add one of those.
Okay.
Can I opt to take half because I do want them having this? Want them to have this information out of character.
You can opt to take half, or you can opt to fail the roll.
Opt to fail it. If it's not a total failure, it's fine.
You would effectively have a total failure on the roll, but like no bestial, no messy, no nothing like that. It would just be a flat failure.
Gotcha.
Okay, so both of you beat the difficulty because the difficulty was in fact 0. Samantha is hiding something She is verbal diarrheaing all over the place in the hopes that y'all won't ask too many probing follow-up questions. And Thomas, I'm going to say that because you have 2 successes against a total failure, that this is something to do with Laurent. Like, Laurent fits into this somehow.
So, what happened with Laurent?
I mean, I killed his hooker. Obviously, he didn't take too fondly to that.
And
She's going to look between Thomas, Effigy, and even Virgil, even though she knows she doesn't have any standing. Like, he is over her as far as authority wise. Okay. Nothing leaves this room, right? We don't speak a breath of this to anybody else, right?
I feel it only reciprocal, since you are keeping a secret at my behest, that I will personally not say anything to anyone about what you learned this evening. Unless it violates the safety of the city, in which point I will have to tell the prince.
what he said.
And then she just stares at Effigy.
You just activated this man's trap card. He's like, I'm getting all the secrets tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And she'll nod. And this is probably the first time that you've seen Samantha off her game. Like, off her game. She is like rolling and pulling at her skirt. She looks like she might throw up. And she'll go, just take a deep, unnecessary breath and go, okay. Well, and she starts and she stops. Her mouth opens and closes again. I found out that through this weird, like, smooth mask, that I am not, well, I'm kind of a descendant of Helena, but not really. Laurent called it Vulgari. I don't really know what it means. He said something like shapers of flesh.
Virgil is like...
And she looks at Virgil scared. Like, she's afraid of him.
This is, to be fair, the expression on his face, because the man has subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
You would swear that this man just found, like, a dinosaur roaming Love Park. Or, like, an alien hanging out at Jim's Prince of Steaks. Like, he is looking at you not in terror, not in a malicious way, but he is looking at you like you are suddenly the rarest treasure in the room.
Her fear is a little assuaged, not entirely though, because she still doesn't understand what it means. She just looks at the other three, hoping they might have some information. It's apparently a well-kept secret. There aren't, I guess, very many, as far as I understand.
No. And the Camarilla has only just started allowing some of you to trickle back in. Samantha, I need you to answer a question for me as honestly as you can.
Yeah.
When I say the words, the Black Hand, what do they mean to you?
She'll cock an eyebrow and like look at her hand.
Okay.
What does that mean? Something else?
And he'll kind of glance over at Thomas to see if Thomas wants to take this one. And there will be a pause, a beat, to see if Thomas wants to field this one.
I don't know if Thomas knows much.
Thomas would
that.
know. Thomas would know about the Black Hand, considering the awards that you just received at the end of season 2.
Okay. The player doesn't know.
The Black Hand is the militant arm of the Sabbat.
Okay.
They are basically the Sabbat's version of, well, you.
Okay. Yeah. My education has not drifted over into Sabbat territory. Still.
Not a problem. That's why you have a storyteller.
And also,
Yay.
Chelsea really does like the Black Hand, so I have a clue. I have an idea. If you just want a power word bluff.
Yes. Thomas, power word flaw, the explanation of it.
And Samantha's eyes will watch him intently, and when the understanding kind of will creep across her face, as like her pupils also widen. Oh, no, when I moved around, it was purely out of ease. I didn't want to deal with the Camarilla, and I meant it.
So you and your sire are best described as autarchus.
Yes, that's what I said when I first got here. I wasn't lying.
I need you to understand, Samantha, that while you may have been telling the truth, many cities have been infiltrated by the Sabbat posing as autarchus. I needed to hear it from you directly, and I believe you. I do. But the Volgir have not always been allowed within the Camarilla. It has been only recently that select cities have opened their doors to your line. So you have to understand my initial caution.
She'll mull that over and she'll nod. I guess that's why my sire told me that I was a descendant of Helena.
He's technically not lying. The Baron Philippe Volgir was a descendant of Helena himself.
I think that's what I was told. Tonight.
By Laurent.
I don't remember.
He will look at you dead in the eye. You can be honest with me, or I can get the information myself. I am giving you the chance.
With all due respect, Virgil, some secrets are not mine to divulge. who I got that information from is not a concern at this time. And her voice is wobbling. She doesn't know if she can stand on this ground. It's very unsure.
And there will be a long beat before Virgil nods. Okay. I will respect your privacy and the privacy of whomever gave you this information until and unless it becomes a problem for this city.
And she'll give him a level A determined glance. I was sworn to the person who sits on that seat. If it is a problem of security, I would be the first to let you and whoever is on the throne know.
Good. Then we have an understanding. And the smile returns to Virgil's face, and he goes, Come, sit. We have more to discuss. Unfortunately, Thomas, I'm going to have to ask you to poke a little deeper into your new praetor. That won't be an issue, will it?
You did. Mutpa did. No. No, it's understood. How far do you want me to take it?
Do not directly intervene in anything that he is planning, but definitely be... He pauses for a moment and then grins. Sympathetic.
Open to the possibility of it.
I will be able to run cover with her grace and let her know that anything that may appear on the surface from you is in fact in service to the city. That way we can avoid any unfortunate run-ins with the sheriff. And he'll look over at Samantha. Since there are certain things that are new this evening, I'm going to ask that you keep an eye within your clan. The Ventrue and the Toreador do often enjoy collaboration. Now, since I know that Laurent is such a... He knows which side of his bread is buttered. I don't believe he would turn traitor. But he's also a survivor, so until we've vetted him, do be careful. And finally, his gaze will settle on Effigy. As far as the Niktuku goes, I may be putting you in touch with another member of your clan in a different coterie. I'll have to talk to Mix Leclerc first, but there might be some Nosferatu-based work to be done in the future. In the meantime, eyes and ears open. Bring anything you learn either to your primogen, your whip, or myself, and we will take it directly to the prince. These are dark days. And the three of you stand on a razor's edge. I do not envy any of you. And I had hoped with these wars gone that I will do everything in my power to guide and protect each of you.
One last bit of intel. It is believed that the Nos is Rhaegar.
That would explain why he's been mysteriously absent from gatherings, the court, and other... Okay. Well, I'm sure Rattail has informed the prince. I will keep my eyes peeled as well. Good work, the three of you. And he'll look at Samantha. It may not seem like it, but you're doing well. All of you. And he'll stand from his chair, wipe his hands against his trousers. Is there anything else for the good of the group? Or shall I leave you to your nights?
Nothing more here.
Well,
Thank you, Shadow.
please. Just Virgil. And he'll give all three of you a smile. May the darkness guide and protect each of you. I have some things to take care of this evening, and it's best I do them in private. You understand. And he lets each of you trickle off into the night. So we are going to start with Thomas. Where is Thomas going to go back to his haven? Where's Thomas going tonight?
Thomas will go back to the Haven. We'll check to see if Samantha needs a ride, or if she is leaving. If he can drop her off if she needs it.
Okay. Samantha, whatever was going on the night of y'all's dance session seems to have waned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, it was a momentary thing. Like, my brain's been all scrambled. I'm better now.
Mm-hmm.
But would you accept a ride from Thomas? Whether it be back to Neverland or somewhere?
Yeah, she's going to go... if Thomas is amenable to it, she would ask to be dropped off at the personal haven, but to come up with her for a moment. Because the last date she left her apartment her penthouse was the messages were everywhere.
Right.
And it still spooks her out.
So she's going to be going back to Neverland?
Offer personal haven if he can basically check on it with her.
Okay.
He's good for that.
And Effigy, are you taking the tunnels back to the Nos Haven?
I am, and for I guess story purposes, he would probably end up staying down there for a few days just to pick Q's brain and kind of start making like his own way of mapping in his, whether that be in his head or location identification kind of thing.
We can do some downtime rolls in your channel. So Effigy, you're able to slip into the tunnels beneath the city and make your way back. Thomas,
time.
Thomas and Samantha, you two head downstairs. Samantha, you get into Thomas's car. The two of you are driving over to Samantha's haven. And is there any conversation between the two of you on this drive?
Samantha's unusually quiet. Long sullen silence. Is she just stares out into the road, but she's not really staring at the road. She's staring into the middle distance.
Looks like we both found out some personal revelations tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's nothing. It's fine.
Do you want to?
No.
Do you want to check
You
that?
don't have to.
It's an easy roll, dude. It's gonna be a 0.
Yeah, well, I think he knows by now that anytime she pulls that voice and face out, that she's covering.
Safe to assume. Safe to assume. Does Thomas press the issue, or does he let it lie?
I told you, you don't have to use that fakeness with me.
And it just sags off her face, and she is worn. Like her brain is fried. What do you do when you realize that everything that you've been taught, your identity, is not your own? I was told I was a descendant of Helena, and I technically am, but not really.
Yeah. Wish I had an answer for you, because I didn't think I had a kid, so.
Wow, it's gonna be that lighthearted. Wow, I mean, I know you said you got around, with the whole dancing thing. I didn't think you were actually serious.
Had a very active mortal life.
Clearly. I do kind of envy you, though. I didn't mean it when I said. I mean, as long as she doesn't get too much into our life, she could have a very happy, healthy life. And, have a family.
Oh.
Oh, Thomas. Is family ever in the cards for people like you?
He thought he was going to get married because his family would have expected him to get married and have children. I mean, he might have been an okay father, actually, to be honest.
He might have been.
He would have wanted to be a better father than his dad was.
Understandable.
And his dad was gone a lot, mostly in prison.
Ooh, how does it feel that Thomas isn't better than his dad? Sorry, my bad.
No, you took the words right out of my mouth because I was just about to ask that.
He did not feel good about that.
Like, yeah, how does Thomas handle the realization that he really is, in at least one regard, no better than his own father?
That makes him feel very bad. That hurts him a lot.
So, mercifully, the two of you arrive at Samantha's building. And you're able to badge into the elevator because it's one of those fancy elevators that have the key card.
Mm-hmm.
And the elevator goes up to the penthouse. And as you enter the penthouse, Thomas, you immediately see the shattered phone. What looks like a furious scramble for something, because if I remember correctly, Samantha was searching for the remote for the television.
Yeah, remote, and then a proper attire for a dance to the dance studio.
So
and her place is a mess.
it is a mess, but it doesn't look like it was like ransacked or anything like that. Like it is still in the same, Samantha, it is still in the same state that you left it.
Mm-hmm.
So no one but you has been here.
Mm-hmm.
But Thomas, you would immediately be struck with the fact that, man, this apartment is way nicer than yours. Like, your apartment is nice, but this is like nice. Like, this is one of those good penthouses that overlook Rittenhouse Square. So, like, there's the big park just beneath the windows that you can see. Like, the skyline is gorgeous. It is, likely any number of these buildings. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it is, let me see. Gotta go over here. Backward tracking, like over here, like in this area here of the skyline. So like you can see the other buildings of the Philadelphia skyline looming large. But this is a really nice apartment.
I mean, Thomas kind of expected it of her, so he's not surprised. He is slightly on guard though, because it's seems the mess seems out of character for the place. And he is looking around.
And Samantha, just refresh my memory real quick. You did tell them about the messages that popped up because you were looking into the dude that Rowan was visiting. Like you,
Yes.
Okay.
She would have word for word. I feel like that message would have been embedded into her brain, as it was her phone, it was her desktop, it was her laptop, it was her TV. Like it was surrounding her.
Yep. Every single internet connected screen in the apartment had shown the same message. Now, there's no sign that those messages had ever been there. Like everything is powered down, which is strange because you left everything turned on.
Samantha's gonna stop like she had seen a ghost and look at each of the different monitors. They were on. I was gonna take a picture. And she's going to rub her temples.
Well,
I'm not
Now-
crazy.
Thomas, how many dots in technology do you have?
one.
So you would know that you would have enough knowledge that like some of this stuff does go to sleep. Like it does. There are mechanisms that exist to like turn these things off if they're just left in an idle state for too long.
Okay. Well, Thomas is going to head to whatever he has, like the laptop or the computer, and jiggle the mouse or.
And when you jiggle the mouse, the computer springs back to life. But Samantha, the things that you were searching for are not present. It is just the desktop. Everything looks how it's supposed to. But like any evidence of that message being there is gone. There's no command prompt open. Even the browser window that you had open has been minimized down to the taskbar.
The TV had the message too.
Mm-hmm.
And can she find the remote now?
I mean, yeah, like it's there. It was kind of in one of the couch cushions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
she'll
now
go
that
on.
you are less panicked, you're able to, oh, that's where I left it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll quickly grab it and she'll turn it on, and she'll count how fast it takes to boot back up.
And the television turns on as though it, just like it always has. turns on like a regular smart TV.
She'll drop it. She'll drop the controller, and she'll just rest her hands on the couch. Okay, I won't take up too much more of your time. If you wouldn't mind just doing a quick look around the place for me, or with me, then I'll leave it. Obviously, some strange things have been happening in the city. Might just be messing with my head.
Clearly, the message was delivered. No reason to leave it back up. But I'll look around.
Yes, Thomas, you would, with how you've done things in Chicago, like once the message is delivered, there's no reason to leave it in place.
That's evidence.
That's paperwork. That's witnesses. But yeah, no. You and Samantha look through the apartment, first floor, second floor. There is nothing out of place that Samantha didn't put out of place. Nothing has been touched since Samantha left this apartment. There is no one hiding in the apartment. There are no extra electronics that Samantha does not recollect owning. Like, it is, as far as you can tell, whoever did this did it remote, and it was in and out. There's no evidence that anyone other than Samantha has been in this apartment. Well, until you get to the bedroom. Samantha, what is your favorite flower?
Let me... I think they're known as butterfly peas, but Asian pigeon wings.
Okay. There is a small bouquet of what is commonly known as a butterfly pea flower, but Asian pigeon wings, resting on your pillow. But there's only one person that knew that that's your favorite flower.
Not Dante?
Oh no, Dante was the only person.
Is there a note attached?
No.
She is going to slowly move over to the bed, pick up the bouquet, and turn it over, and Samantha's hands are shaking.
That's not supposed to be there, is it?
No words come from her mouth, but a very timid...
Do you know who put it there?
There is only one person who knows about my favorite flowers.
Who is that? And do we need to be concerned?
if my sire Dante is in the city? No. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Samantha, are you lying?
A part of her is very afraid that he is in the city. He's not supposed to be here. But he wouldn't harm her. He loves her.
Right.
He takes good care of her.
He has invested so heavily in her.
Mm-hmm. She's here to continue her name, to continue her stardom. That's what he wanted. He wanted her to be the best, and she has to be the best for him. She's more worried that she's disappointed him, and that makes her afraid.
Thomas, you pick up on that fear. You've seen it before. It is not the fear of someone who is... Samantha does not appear afraid of Dante doing something to her. She is afraid that she has done something wrong and in turn earned his ire. Man, compulsions are a son of a bitch. Or not compulsions, convictions. Convictions are a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas is going to come closer to her and slowly reach out to put his hand on hers.
She will freeze. She will freeze. When he makes contact with her, it's not so much that she bristles, it's more that there is nothing there. And then it registers, and then she looks down. Okay. If he is upset or concerned about something, I can fix it. We can fix it. And
you hear that conviction in Samantha's voice, that like she truly does believe that whatever is wrong, it can be fixed. And she plasters that plastic smile back on. That perfectly curated, everything's fine, I am right where I want to be smile. Before we start to wind out our session, Thomas, is that good enough for you?
No, he does not like that. He does not like that at all. But
because I'm sure now the pieces are starting to click into place. The assumptions she made about you and Drew, how she holds herself, how she carries herself, how she dresses. Suddenly all of the pieces are falling into place. How do you feel about this, sire?
he does not like that.
Okay.
He's not happy with that. But he's not going to push her on it tonight, but he will give her hand a very slow, gentle squeeze and a sort of reassurance. But he's not going to push it. He's not going to ask her any questions, just a little slow, reassuring squeeze, and then he's going to let her go.
So, Thomas, are you going to make your exit for the evening? And Samantha, are you going to stay here at the Haven?
He's going to check to see. He's going to make sure. Do you
Okay.
want me to take you somewhere else?
Give me 1 second. I don't want to delay this for too long, but this is a coin flip. Okay.
Oh, that stag face was powerful, Thomas.
If looks could kill.
Rude.
She is going to drop the smile that's like twitching at the corners. It's twitching. The Neverland, please. Just for the night.
All right, I will take you there. And maybe no more research, whatever it was you were looking into.
And she'll nod and she'll just there's a moment that she just stops. It is catatonic almost. Like there's no response. She's staring.
Is there anything you want to grab before we leave? Otherwise, I'm just going to grab whatever I think works. And I don't think you want me to do that.
She's going to, that catatonic stare refocuses once more, and she looks at him almost doe-eyed. No. I'm okay. Like she's kind of giving an answer, but not really.
So the two of you will exit the penthouse, back down to Baby, over to Neverland Art Collective. Because Thomas has been there a couple of times. Thomas, do you go inside with Samantha, or do you just watch from the car as she heads in?
You will walk her to the door and
And
make sure she gets inside.
Samantha, as you ring the buzzer, there is a beat before the door opens, and there is Laurent dressed in modest for him night clothes. You know, there's the silk shirt is a little bit more open than some would like. He's got the black widow's robe on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, Samantha. Oh, Thomas. Had I known we were having guests, I would have been more presentable."
Just dropping her off.
And she'll nod along quietly. And she'll look down at the flowers.
"A gentleman as always. Come along, sweetling. Let's get you settled in. Perhaps a nice cup of tea to calm the nerves." Then the two of them disappear into Neverland Art Collective, and the door closes. So, Thomas, back to your haven?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Thomas heads back to his haven. And with that, we will close out this session of Philly by Night. We're going to go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves, who we are, where we can be found. So we are going to start with Effigy.
My name is Humble to my friends on here. I can be found on what is it called again? Oh yeah, TikTok. As Humble at Jeremy_P_Hills, Chemical Rabbit on a lot of other things. Yeah, just look for me. Chemical Rabbit or Humble.
Okay. Go ahead and popcorn it over to one of our other players.
Let's go with. Is Fennec considered part of the popcorn?
We'll do the STs at the end.
Thomas.
Hey, I'm Kit. I played Thomas Pierce. You can find me primarily on TikTok, kitsune_charms. Any other social media, which I keep forgetting to poke at, Kitsune Charms. I think that's it. Yeah, that's where you can find me. So off to Samantha.
Hi, howdy, hello. My name is Shazi. I play Samantha Vesper Nocturne on the Philly by Night stream, as we have found our dearest, newest Vulgari. Out of character, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at brat.khalifa. You might be able to find me as Brat Khalifa all merged into one. It's down here. But I post vampire videos, memes, you know, the whole nine. So catch me over there. I've got some new content coming your way shortly, especially now the Vulgari is here.
On to our other ST of the evening, Fennec.
Heyo, hi, howdy, hello, whatever. Hi, I'm Fennec Lee Wilder. You can find me on most things at the Fennec Wolf or some variation of that. You can also see me here running around playing various SPCs and running the Mystery Machine table, which will be coming at you on the 21st? Whatever the Saturday after this coming one is. Be there or be square.
And as always, I am your faithful leader, Einar. I am the lead storyteller here at Philly by Night. This is the New Guard table. I also help out with the Emissaries table and another table that will be coming soon. My wonderful partner in crime, G'day FX, who unfortunately had to leave us this evening. They run the Emissaries table. They also help me out with various SPCs. You can find me at Einar_TTRPG on most platforms that I want you to find me on, or you can find me at Blue Sky at In Stars Orbit. We have Philly by Night on TikTok. We are Philly by Night on YouTube. We are Philly by Night on Blue Sky. So find us anywhere you like. Thank you all so much for coming out. Big hand to my players. And remember, just because we play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Have a great night. Stay safe, everyone.